Hey guys, Urban Combat Survivor here. Want to do a video today about, well, a couple of things, but ultimately this is about critical thinking, connecting the dots. First, I want to talk about, I know my video quality here kind of sucks. I'm using a crappy little webcam. I have a better video camera here, but this is for other things. So, if I need to make a video that shows any kind of diagram, or I have to show you an example of something, then by all means I'm going to use the better camera. But for now, it's just easier for me to use this stinky little thing that's connected to my computer, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. I also want to thank Mike, Shall Not Be Infringed. He mentioned me over there, and man, you guys came over. So thank you. No pressure, huh, Mike? But he told me to make more videos, so here we go. I want to talk about critical thinking. I want to talk about connecting the dots, because the people that you expect should be connecting those dots for you aren't. That would be the media. If you trust everything that you're getting presented, you probably should just turn this video off. I want to talk about a little fluff news article that ultimately is presented as if it has absolutely no meaning. And that's Michelle Obama last week went to Spain, and there was all these little fluff news articles about it. There are all these little fluff pieces about, you know, she took dozens of her friends over. That's what they're talking about. She took a couple dozen of her friends over there, and you know, that was on the taxpayer's dime. They're all focusing on this very narrow, very myopic aspect of things. Okay. She took her daughter over there. They had to close a whole beach down for her, as if any of this shit is relevant. That's a smokescreen, folks. I'm going to start connecting some little dots for you, one by one. And now understand this. I've tried to stay away from political. I'm not planning on making this a personal political perspective video blog. That's not what this is about. This is about urban survival. That's what the name is. But this connects in because knowing when shit is about to drop, seeing the signs that are coming, is just as important as putting things away. So that's why I'm going to do this. Michelle Obama went to Spain. Why is it important that she went to Spain and took a couple of dozen people with her? Now, she says these people are just her friends, but think about who the Obama's friends are. Okay? Here's the dots. The economy of Greece has collapsed. It's dumped. They're $400 billion in debt. Their GDP shows that they're never going to be able to pay that back. It's not going to happen. So in the end, Germany, who runs the bank for the European Union, and since Greece uses the euro, they're part of the European Union, etc., all that, Germany, the banks in Germany, and the German economy is the one that takes the first fist on that. However, since Germany runs the European bank system, that ripple effect is going to go throughout. Now, Greece is a fairly small economy, so their idiocy in collapsing themselves because of their political crap, that really isn't going to overly affect everything by itself. Now look at the next country behind them that's about to take a dump, and that's Portugal. The Portuguese economy is hanging by one fingernail, and they're right behind Greece. They're about to dump. Again, Portugal is a very small economy overall in the scope of the European Union. Neither Greece nor Portugal nor the pair of them put together is that significant. I mean, it's significant, man. It's going to take a hit, but not enough to really undermine the mountain, so to speak. Then you look at the country that's closest behind Portugal economically towards complete failure, and that's Spain. The Spanish economy is way bigger than both Greece's and Portugal's. The Spanish economy, if that one dumps, the European Union better bend over and grab their ankles, because when that fist comes, they didn't even spit on it first. So now Michelle Obama took a couple of dozen people on a vacation to Spain. A couple more little connectors in here. Remember, this is an exercise in critical thinking. All I'm trying to do in this is get you to understand, when you read this little article and that little article, you need to realize yourself where the dots need to be connected, okay? The Spanish economy is based on green energy. Pie in the sky, garbage energy. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm not saying there aren't viable green alternatives out there. There are plenty of them. But there's not a lot of money in those. The Spanish people were sold a bill of goods about 15 years ago with this green energy crap. Now, there's a single way that the Spanish economy can keep itself from collapsing, because they've invested so heavily in these green jobs and this green infrastructure that was supposed to create jobs, that in for a penny, they're in for a pound. There's no way out. The only way they can save it is if they find some sucker to buy the technology that history shows has failed. Spain is looking for that. Come back, cap and trade carbon tax, green energy. What have you heard the people that are in power right now talking the most about when they talk about the economy? We're going to create jobs through green energy. Green jobs. It's a lie. It's garbage. It's not going to happen. The only economy that you can point to that tried it is on the verge of collapse. It doesn't work. It's crap. What works is this. Capitalism. You tell people that there's a need for something, and companies are going to start looking for it. Look, there are companies right now looking for all kinds of green energy alternatives. Not because they want to save the earth. Because, let's be realistic, that doesn't pay the bills. They're looking for it because there's a friggin' market for it. And as that market grows, the viable green energy alternatives are also going to grow. They're going to be out there. The crap ones, the junk science, the stuff that doesn't work, right now, we're talking about buying that garbage, buying that technology from Spain. So now, do you really think Michelle Obama just went for the great beaches in Spain? Do you really think those 24 people that were with Michelle Obama, or 36, or however many the taxpayers paid for, that's what they're concentrating on? Yeah. Who cares that the taxpayer paid for them to have this little trip? What the hell were they doing over there? Remember, Michelle Obama and her daughter were alone on the beach. Where were the couple dozen other people? In meetings, negotiation, cap and trade carbon tax, purchasing green energy. I'm not saying that's what was going down. What I am saying is, if it swims through the ocean and it stinks like a fish, I think you'd probably not be very smart to think it's a bird. Just saying. So think. Connect the dots. Read the news articles. You want another example of this? Sure. Last year, a bunch of you might not really know this. Last year, the price of wheat on the global market went up 70%. Now there are wildfires outside of Moscow. They have taken out 20% of the Russian wheat crop. Russia, who is a major exporter of wheat to the area, just shut down all exports of wheat. The price of wheat is going up. Now, the fact that the wheat was burned. 20% of their wheat was burned. And that they shut down export of wheat. Nobody connected for you. And, I guess nobody should connect it for you. If you're not smart enough to figure it out and pay attention yourself, then you deserve being ignorant. But there's no place that I've seen that's connected the reality that the price of wheat already went up 70% last year. What's going to happen now? Critical thinking, people. Critical analysis of the information that's available. Nobody's going to connect the dots for you. I did it here just as an exercise. Pay attention. Watch the news. Figure things out. Discuss. Talk to your friends. Look, we all have a different perspective. We all know smart people. You might think one way and then talk to a friend and they might have some perspective that really lights a bell. Sets off a bell in your head. Wow, that really makes sense. So hopefully, even if you disagree with me, something in here triggers something in your head. Start thinking, start watching, start paying attention, and do not believe that any story, nothing is isolated. Nothing. Urban Combat Survivor, signing off.